G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Today's video is where I will be taking back I think it's a 4 metre high Lilly Pilly Hedge back down to 3 metres. So what we want today, I'll be using my Ego pole chainsaw attachment. The growth in the middle is roughly around 40 to 60 mil thick. And so I need to bring it back down to this height, so that's about my 3 metre line. What I did here is I'll just run my hedge trimmer in a straight line all the way across my hedge, so then that way it gives me a better indication of where my height will be when I'm on top of the ladder. Otherwise you can tend to get carried away, and next minute you know you've either not cut enough off or cut too much off, and then your hedge looks like a wave. Cut of myself cutting into it with the pole chainsaw. There was also a whole bunch of moth vine in here, so you'll start to see me struggle whilst I'm trying to chop it down, that it was just getting caught up. Made it rather challenging. As I go further to the left towards the house, that's where it got really thick. Some of the branches there were definitely that 60 mil thick. And I always use my Ego backpack, so that way I've got the weight of the battery on my back and not on the tool, because yeah, it's hard enough as it is to try and negotiate the branches and so forth, rather without having an added 2.5 kilos or 4 kilos on your tool. So this is where I'm struggling with the moth vine. It's just getting all caught up in the branches. So a couple of things. When I'm cutting down a hedge, I will always generally cut a hedge at least 30 to 50 centimeters lower than my desired height that I want the outcome to be. So that way you've got that nice fresh growth reaching the height that you want, and it also becomes thicker as you're further down, so you've got that 50 centimeters of regrowth that's going to become thick and bushy. If you just cut a hedge to the height that you want, you're just going to be always constantly cutting into hard branches. And on this part here, there was a geisha girl and a hibiscus, and it took me just as long to go 4 meters, well, probably 5 meters in length, as it did to go 15 meters with the LillyPilly hedge. Like that hibiscus and geisha girl was just too branchy, and it was too small for the chainsaw and borderline for the hedge trimmer. So they're between, most of it was about 15 mil. There was a couple branches that were 20 mil thick. And then once I'd finally finished that, after working up a sweat, we just tidied up the front side of the hedge, and I got Ben just to follow in front with it's not a tarp, it's a piece of shade cloth. So Ben was just using a piece of shade cloth there to drag that in front, and then drop all the material. It just saves the raking and cleaning, and then job done. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, if there's any questions or queries, drop them in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate you watching, and thank you again, and have a beautiful day. See ya.